Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a few tips on how you can kind of keep your physical fitness in check, keep your weight in check during the holiday season. So what comes along with the holiday season? You got food, you got friends, you got family, you got partying, and there's nothing wrong with all that. Actually, it's a great thing. But the thing is, you kind of want to keep it in check. You kind of want to manage it and make sure things don't get out of control. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips on how you can, kind of keep things in control during this holiday season coming up. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I got a couple pointers and a couple tips and a couple tricks that you guys can use going into the holiday season. But before we get into the video, if you guys are interested in fitness, health, and overall growth content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. But let's get back into the video. So my number one tip for managing your weight and kind of staying in good, decent shape during this holiday season is going to be fasting. So if you guys can implement fasting into your routine, then that's something that's going to help you out. It's going to be very beneficial. So for me personally, with Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow, I'm not really huge on the holidays, but I'm going to definitely eat some Thanksgiving food tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm going to probably have some food at the crib. I'm gonna probably swing through a couple people's houses and have some plates. It's a good time just to see people and be thankful and be grateful for what we have and the people that we have in our lives. But with that being said, one of the things that I'm gonna do to kind of keep everything in balance is that I'm gonna do a 24-hour fast leading up into Thanksgiving. So by doing a 24-hour fast, number one, I'm giving my body time to cleanse itself. I'm giving my body time to repair itself, along with a plethora of other benefits of fasting. Shameless plug, you guys can go check out my intermittent fasting book, my book that I wrote on fasting, on my website. Go to Travelsthenix.com and you can go ahead and purchase that book. It's $10. But anyways, fasting is going to give you a plethora of benefits, but most importantly, it's going to clear out your stomach. You know what I mean? You're going to be running on E once you get into Thanksgiving. And you don't necessarily need to do a 24-hour fast, but if you're somebody who doesn't fast, maybe you want to do a 16-hour fast. Maybe you want to do an 18-hour fast. But whatever it is, I would limit the amount of food that you eat the day before one of these big holidays, maybe going into a caloric deficit. That way you don't have to feel bad about going into a caloric surplus the next day on that holiday. And number two thing that I would say is a tip that you guys are going to want to do to kind of keep everything in check during the holiday season is make sure you're getting your workouts in. Make sure you're getting your workouts in and make sure that you're getting your cardio in. You might want to get up in the morning early on Thanksgiving, early on Christmas, and make sure that you go ahead, get a run in, maybe hit the calisthenics park, get a few sets in, do some high intensity exercises. I recommend burpees. So, I'm actually going to be showing you guys some workout footage throughout this video. And this is a workout that I did today. This is the day before Thanksgiving, but this is a workout that you guys might want to implement into your pre-Thanksgiving meal. So make sure that your workouts are on point, make sure that you're fasting, and probably the last thing that I'm going to recommend for you guys is give yourselves an eating window on Thanksgiving. Don't eat all day. You know what I mean? It's easy on Thanksgiving, or it's easy on any of these holidays, or even during the holiday season, just because there's so much food around, you're gonna have leftovers, that you just make a big plate. All this food that's usually made on these holidays is all comfort food. So you talking about macaroni and cheese, candied yams, dressing, turkey. You know what I mean? It's not too many vegetables going down on Thanksgiving, or at least, you know what I mean? You might have like some collard greens or something like that, or some other type of vegetables, but it's not too much vegetables going down on Thanksgiving. So you want to make sure that you kind of give yourself a little bit of a limit in terms of that feeding window on these days, and you're not just going back to back to back to back to back on these plates till you slumped over on the couch and then you fall asleep, and then the next morning you wake up and you do the same thing over again, because that's a cycle that you can get into on Thanksgiving and just in the holiday season in general. And then next thing you look up, you might have started off the holiday season at 175 pounds. By December 26th, you might be sitting at 195 pounds. That's possible. So, that's not out of the question right there. So keep everything in control. Just be, cognizant of what you're doing in terms of your food intake. Try to fast as much as possible during the holiday season. Make sure that you're getting your workouts in. I'm a firm believer in the 7 days a week workouts. You don't necessarily need to do that. 4 to 5 days a week is cool as well, but just make sure your cardio is going to be king during this holiday season. That's going to give you the leeway to eat a little bit more, and so is the fasting. But anyways, guys, other than that, just kind of wanted to touch on just Thanksgiving in general. Like I said before, I'm not really huge on holidays in general, but I do think there's something to be said about being grateful. We need to be grateful for everything that we have in our lives. You know what I mean? We need to realize that we're all walking through this life, through this existence, with a certain level of privilege. I was just talking to a friend last night, and we were just talking about a bunch of different issues, but we were kind of just talking about like race and gender in terms of like, you know, what you would say, like different problems that might be going on in this country. And I was like explaining to my friend that, you know, I feel like I'm privileged. I don't feel like I'm a victim. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up extremely privileged. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm in a privileged position right now. I live in Hawaii. You know, my body's functioning. You know, my mind is sharp. I have so many different things that I can be thankful for. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up with a great family. I grew up, had great friends. I still have great friends to this day. I'm blessed with more and more good people coming into my life. I'm living a privileged life. You know what I mean? Privilege doesn't just mean how many zeros that you have in your bank account or how many material items that you have. Privilege can mean it can mean much more than that. Much more than that. Because money and material items, that really doesn't mean anything in the long run. You know what I mean? People who have money and don't have any friends, people who have money and they're not able to move their body, they're not able to get out and exercise every day, they can't go run, do all these different types of things. We need to be cognizant of our privilege in this life. And also just being born in the United States. You know, a lot of you guys watching this video might be from the United States. There's a lot of countries and a lot of places on this planet where people don't have the opportunities that we have being born in this country. And that's not anything that we work for. That's just plain and simply a privilege by being born in a specific country. So just recognize that the privilege that you have. You know, I was talking to another friend the other day about this as well, in terms of just, you know, having a broader scope and more of a global vision in terms of like how you think. And if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, even if you grew up in the hood or in a lower income area in the United States, you know, compared to somebody who's living in a low income area in Venezuela or someplace like that, you know, you got it on easy street. You got it made. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling my friend last night, like, I grew up, I never wanted for anything. My parents provided me everything I needed and more. So, you know, like I said, I'm extremely privileged. I'm extremely grateful for my family. I'm extremely grateful for the people that I have in my life. So right now, I think is a time where maybe we can gain some perspective and start showing a little bit more gratitude. But what I hope is that we can all, including myself, I'm not perfect, and sometimes I kind of can get into a negative mindset as well. But what I could hope is that moving forward, that we stay in this energy of gratitude. We stay in this energy of understanding our privilege in this world. And we look at things from a positive perspective more so than from a negative perspective. Because if we're moving through life with a positive perspective and we're moving through this life with positivity and love, that's all we're going to attract back to us. So that's pretty much the message that I wanted to send out for today going into this holiday season. Holiday season pretty much starts tomorrow, Thanksgiving. So guys, get your fasting in, not just for the physical benefits, but for the mental and spiritual benefits as well. Make sure that you get your workouts in, get that movement in. This is what we're put on this planet to do. We're put on this planet to move. We're put on this planet to be outdoors. We're put on this planet to push ourselves, to progress and to grow. So make sure you get that movement in as well, and just try to kind of keep it under control with all the food. I know all the sweets and, you know, all the macaroni and cheese and, you know, candy yams and all that type of stuff, and sweet potato pies and peach cobblers and apple pies, all that stuff is great. I love it, you know what I mean? I love all of that, but just try to keep it under control. I'm gonna try to do my best to keep it under control, and if I don't, you guys gonna see me posting hella workout videos after that, because I'm gonna be working off all them cheat meals that I've had over the next couple of days. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna be active. I'm gonna try to keep myself under control, do the same. you guys are looking to get in the best shape of your life, hit my website up. That's Travelsthenix.com. Book a free consultation with me today. You guys can also purchase some of my programs that I have on the website. I have a beginner program for people who are complete newbies to calisthenics. You can't even do a pull-up, can't do a dip, don't worry. You can use that program, help you out with the resistance bands. If you guys do have a little bit of strength built up, a little bit of athletic experience, intermediate level, go ahead and purchase that intermediate calisthenics 12-week program I have, the bodyweight movement guide. But anyways, guys, I'm grateful for you guys tuning in. I hope everybody's having a great day out there. I'll holla at you guys later. Peace.